Well, good morning everyone. Welcome back to Poorboys Little Homestead. As always, if this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. Feel free to drop in anytime you feel, my friend. Guys, today we finna see if we can clean the throttle body on this 2006 model Nissan Frontier. Well, you may ask why am I going to clean the throttle body? Well, my little truck here done got to when you come up to a stop sign or you come to a red light, it'll go dead. And one of the first things you want to do, which is easy to do and don't cost you anything but the price of a can of carb cleaner, and sometimes you ain't got to have that if you ain't got it. This makes it easier. First thing you want to do is see if your throttle body needs cleaning, and hope that's the fix. So y'all come on over here a little closer and I'll show y'all what we're going to do. Now, like I said, this here is a 2006 model Nissan Frontier. 6-cylinder, 4.0. And right here is your throttle body. This is where, back in the old days, you had the carburetor set on top of the engine and it had the flapper in it. When you gave it gas, it opened and shoot gas in there. Well, now everything's controlled through your throttle body, electronic. On this one here, it's pretty simple. You just undo this clamp right here that clamps onto your throttle body. This is coming from your air breather. Now I'm going to undo the clamp on the other end. And guys, this here, even though this is a Nissan, this same little throttle body cleaning, your throttle body is going to be in different locations, but usually they up high, pretty reasonable to get to. Is on every vehicle that's fuel injected, that I know about anyway. But on this one here, I got to undo these two bolts right here on top. And the only reason I got to undo these is take this plastic cover off to get to the next two bolts that holds this piece here that's coming from my air box to my throttle body. And then it just sets right back out of the way. Now I can get to these other two little bolts. And on this Nissan, these are 10mm. But like I was saying, this here, it's not just on a Nissan needs a throttle body. In 1999, or I had a 1999 Ford pickup with 306 cylinder. And it started doing that. And back then I carried it to the mechanic. And that's all he had to do was clean the throttle body, and that fixed it. Well, later on I had a 2000 model Dodge with a 318 V8 in it, and it done the same thing. Well, I didn't take it to the mechanic. Once I learned something, I said, well, I know what he did to that Ford. Let me see if I can do it to this Dodge with this 318, and I cleaned that throttle body, guys, and it fixed it. And then later on, I had a 2003 model Chevy Trailblazer. That was my wife's vehicle. One day I started doing the same thing. Going dead every time you stop, but you start right back and you go on good. Cleaned her throttle body and that fixed it. So like I said, it ain't just on a Nissan, and it's an easy fix. Y'all see how long it took me to get that right there off. Now I'm gonna bring y'all around here and get you down in here where you can see up in this throttle body. And this one, probably ain't gonna be my problem because it ain't got too much smut up in it. It got a little bit back in there. I'm gonna see if I can get y'all down here where you can see. Y'all tell me if y'all can see now. Can y'all see? Alright, I hear you. Did you see that flapper right there? When you giving your vehicle gas and stuff, that flapper opens up. And you see that black back in there behind my finger? That's smut, corrosion and stuff. The reason they bad about doing that is because of all this emission controls and stuff these vehicles got on them nowadays. But I'm just trying to clean that, because when you pull up to a stop sign or a stop after you've been going, that flapper closes. Well, it'll have smut around there and it won't let it seal off. Now I can see I got smut around the top, so I'm hoping that's what my problem is. But guys, in here looks pretty clean, except way back in there. So what you want to do, have you an old toothbrush, or go steal your wife's. Don't let her know about it, guys. And just spray some of that carburetor cleaner in there. Hold that flapper open. And just spray it in there good. It's gonna run back out some of it. Some of it's gonna go in there, and when you go to crank your vehicle, it's gonna take a little bit to crank it because it's gotta suck all that carburetor juice through there and get enough gas to make it burn again. And I'm gonna take my toothbrush, hold that flapper open with one hand, stick that toothbrush back in there, and clean around that throttle body and around that flapper. I'm just calling it a flapper, guys. I don't know the proper terminology for all these parts. I'm just an old shade tree mechanic. Mechanic on my own stuff anyway. The way I've always looked at it, if something's broke, I can't break it. So I might as well try to fix it. If I can't fix it, then I'll take it to somebody who can fix it. But a lot of times, guys, you can save yourself some money. I just like this right here. If this ain't my problem, then I got a feeling my fuel pump's going out. Like I said, it's a 2006 model, over 150,000 miles on it. I ain't never had a fuel pump put in it. Unless it had one put in it before I got it. And I don't believe it did, because it didn't have about 80,000 miles on it when I got it. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be my problem. That ain't that bad up in there. That ain't that bad, guys. So I may be having to replace fuel pump on this one. And the fuel pump ain't no fun to replace, guys, because it's inside the gas tanks. And on this little truck, being a 4-door, on some trucks you can just remove the bed. I've changed them on them before. You pick the bed up, unbolt it, pick it up, and you can change your fuel pump in the tank. With this one right here, it being a 4-door, the fuel tank's up under the cab. So you got to take the tank and drop it from the bottom to change the fuel pump out. Now I guess that's some pretty good engineering. I guess they last a long time. But I've hated that ever since they started doing that. To me, I don't know why they do it, because they could easily just put an inline electric fuel pump Like I said, they may not last as long, I don't know. Mechanicking wise, that being in the tank ain't worth the patootie. But I'm just sticking my hose on here, comes back from the air filter box, putting my 2 bolts back in here. Make sure they get lined up, because that right there ain't lined up. There we go. And I don't feel that it's my plugs or anything, because they ain't got that many miles since I changed the spark plugs in these. Like I said, we're going to give this a try, because this is easy to do. And I've had 3 vehicles that fixed it. But you seen that body there wasn't that nasty in there. And one of the reasons I feel that it wasn't that nasty is because ever since I had them throttle bodies do me that on them vehicles, I got to where every time I changed the oil in a vehicle, I'd buy me some fuel system cleaner and put in my tank. Sometimes more than that, but I'd at least done it every time I changed the oil. And up until, well, I'm running synthetic oil in this vehicle, but up until I started buying vehicles that had synthetic oil in them, I changed my oil about every 3,500 to 4,000 miles. So I'd run me a tank of that fuel system cleaner through my gasoline and stuff like that, where it makes a difference. It keeps that clean, keeps the injectors clean. But guys, that's it. That's all it is to cleaning your throttle body. Now that's just a quick clean. That ain't, if it's real bad, some mechanics would take the throttle body off. That way they can clean the back side. But your flappers in the front side, or is in the ones that I've ever dealt with. I don't know about all of them, but if you ever got a vehicle, like I said, and it drives good, runs good, and you start coming to a stop, and it'll go dead, but it'll crank right back and go on every time you come to a stop, or it starts doing that, maybe not ever stop. If you'll clean right there where I clean that throttle body flapper, a lot of times guys, that'll fix you up. Let's fire her up. Like I said, it might take it a minute turning over and over the crank, because you got all that carburetor cleaner up in there. You just have to let her turn over and over until it sucks that all through. That don't hurt a thing. It sucks this in there, and that just cleans the corrosion off the top of your pistons and stuff and blows it on out your exhaust or into your catalytic converter, which is another issue with all these new vehicles. They stop up. Let's fire her up. Guys, I don't know if y'all could see, but y'all heard it take a while to crank. And I don't know if y'all could see in the camera, but all that smoke that was coming out back there, that ain't oil smoke, because this truck don't use no oil. That's for spraying this carburetor cleaner up through there. And like I said, it goes in on your pistons. So it took a while for that engine to turn over to get enough gas in there to ignite this stuff. Then all that smoke's what blowing out your exhaust. And it'll take a little bit to burn that off, because y'all heard it was running rough sounding when I first crunk it. It just takes a minute to run that out, and then you'll be good to go. But I want one of you to get in the vehicle with me, and we're gonna go down the road, and we're gonna see. We're gonna drive, and we're gonna come to us a stop and stuff and see if we think we got this thing fixed. Now before we go down the road, we finna there ain't no more smoke coming out now. Before we go down the road, we're gonna kill it and start it back up to make sure we ain't gonna get down the road it won't crank. Oh yeah. Alright, you got your seatbelt on? Better put your seatbelt on, because I ain't that good of a driver. I run off the road every now and then. Ooh, turn a little AC on up in here. What's wrong with you over there? You been drinking? You done fell over there and I ain't even got out of the driveway yet. Gonna get out here on this road and we're gonna gas on it, see if we can blow some snoot out. Hey, what? This little old Nissan with that 6-cylinder in it. It will get up and go. Hey guys, it didn't go dead. Another fast stop. Oh, you better put your seatbelt on over there now. I get scared you every now and then. Well guys, I'm hoping that's my fix. Y'all seen riding down the road, we gassed on her pretty hard, blowing that soot out. And that's what that's doing. That ain't racing and playing, that's blowing the soot out. Like I said, that carburetor cleaner, when you spray it up in there, it's going all through that intake and it's going on top of your pistons. So when you get in it and you drive it, go on and give it some gas there a few times and let it blow all that soot and corrosion out that that carburetor spray's breaking loose. Plus I just put another can of fuel system cleaner in this tank day before yesterday, and it's been setting. And that's what you want to do, is let it try to clean that system out. And you seen now when I come to a stop, we was coming to stops hard, it never did go dead, so I'm hoping that's my fix again. If it is, that's how easy it is. But I hope you guys like these little videos. Hope it helps some of you out, saves you some money. Like I said, it don't matter what vehicle it is, it ain't got to be a Nissan. If it's a fuel injection vehicle, as far as I know, if it's a fuel injection vehicle, it has a throttle body of some kind on it. and most of them are simple to get to. But if you like these little videos, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please reach down there right now and hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you a thing, but guys, it does help me. I'm trying to grow this channel and make something out of it. And I greatly appreciate it. Share my videos on your social media to get it out there amongst so people can find it. But thanks for watching. God bless, and y'all have a great day. See y'all next time.